The healing process is pretty simple, but of course there are some people who do freak out. The great thing is that there is no downtime. By downtime, I mean that you do not have to take off work, you won't look weird, you will have your eyebrows just slightly more filled in than you normally would if you were filling it in yourself because of the fact that now it's done professionally. But just know that you need to relax, you need to trust us as the professionals, and we've been doing this for a really long time, so what we're telling you is 100% true and solid, okay? So a few things that I do want to touch on as to what you want to stay away from during the healing process is one, first and foremost, do not pick, scratch, or rub at the scabs or flakes because of the fact that if you do, you will pull out pigment with it and you will have very patchy eyebrows by the time you are 100% healed. And yes, in the touch-up, we can go over these areas and make them darker, but you will affect the overall healing results and you may or may not cause yourself a scar. So please be very careful not to do this. Another thing is that I want to stress so much is makeup. Please do not put on any makeup anywhere near or on your brows. This means foundation, setting powders, eyeshadow, brow makeup, anything on your brows, stay away from for 2 to 3 weeks. Why? Because all these makeup products have pigment and have tint or some sort of colorant. And what happens is that your skin right now is open because we freshly have done it, and then you put makeup or you get makeup accidentally on it, like powders flying everywhere when you're putting on makeup. When you're using that sponge, the beauty blender around your face, it's getting makeup into your eyebrows. I notice because whenever I do my own makeup, I notice my eyebrows get gray because I've gotten some foundation, some powder onto my eyebrows. So what happens is that when your skin closes up with all that pigment on it, your eyebrows end up looking gray or a different color. It just looks distorted. So I can always tell who are my makeup clients, and because of the fact that when they come back, their eyebrows will look gray or slightly off from the brown color I initially used. So please be very mindful and be very careful to stay away from makeup from your eyebrows. And trust me, in the time that we're living right now, we're having to wear mask all the time now. Now, hopefully when you're watching this video, we're not having to do this, but as of right now, we are. So please, no one's looking at your whole face. They're just looking at your brows, and your eyebrows are amazingly done right now. So the next thing you want to avoid is getting them excessively wet. So we do give you shower visors when you leave the salon, and we give you a few of these and they're reusable. And basically what you do with these is that you're going to put them on your forehead, and you can take a shower when you're washing your hair or when you're taking a shower regularly, and it prevents the water from falling right onto your eyebrows. Now, yes, there may be some water that sparkles onto your eyebrows. That is completely fine because you can come out of the shower and pat dry if they get a little bit wet with a Kleenex or a paper towel, no problem, okay? The next thing is you want to avoid excessively being exposed to the sun. So the sun is our worst enemy when it comes to tattoos, and especially one on your face because your face is always exposed to sun. Now, during the healing process, you cannot put on sunscreen, but once you're done with the healing process, yes, you can put on sunscreen because it prevents the eyebrows from getting too faded too quickly. But during the healing process, you cannot do that, so you have to stay away from the sun. So I recommend wearing big sunglasses, a hat, visor, or staying outside of the sun altogether. The next one is staying away from excessive sweat-producing workouts. This means cardio, hot yoga, swimming, running, bicycling, treadmill, all these things. For my gym people, I always say, go to the gym, that's fine, but pace yourself. Don't stay in a cool environment. So slow down a little bit when you're doing your ab curls, when you're doing your squats. Just slow down so you're not excessively producing sweat. Don't go running from machine to machine to machine. Take your time, even if it takes you 3 hours in the gym to get through a whole session, okay? So just so that you can stay in shape, but not ruin your brows, which you paid a lot of money for. The next thing is tap to release itch. If they get itchy, because they will get itchy, because when skin starts mending itself back together, it tends to be a little itchy. Lightly pat at your brows. Do not scratch, pick, or rub at them. Just lightly pat at them. Trust me, it relieves that sensation of itchiness when you do that. The next one is avoid sleeping on your face if you have a regular pillowcase. The reason why is because if you're flaking or scabbing, it may attach to the pillowcase thread and pull off the scab or flake prematurely. And then what happens is, once again, you have pulled pigment out and then it doesn't look as natural or it looks patchy. And last but not least, please be patient, trust the process, trust us, or trust the artist that you went with that they did your brows and that they gave you the best aftercare, and just follow it and everything should be fine. Trust the process.